What if this iconic scene used a whole different sound? Maybe something like this. Or what if it sounded something like this? Will it have the same effect as the original soundtrack? Today, we're here to figure it out. Why the music for one of the most badass entrances ever is so good. The scene, of course, that I'm talking about is the House of Blue Leaves scene in Kill Bill, specifically the O-ren Ishii Entrance. My father once told me never underestimate the power of a dramatic entrance, and in filmmaking, we also need to achieve that. The best way to do this is with sound, specifically music. The score of a movie needs to be specific. Every instrument needs to have the exact dramatic feeling it means to create. So let's dive into the scene. First, we'll listen to the drums. Does that remind you of something? I'm not sure if Tarantino made this on purpose, but the drums remind me of one of the most iconic songs by Led Zeppelin, When the Levee Breaks. Check this out. That slow BPM and reverb on the snare creates a super cool tension that helps the dramatic entrance. Try imagining this part with more of a hip-hop drum beat. Pretty cool, right? The key to a great soundtrack is knowing how to hit the proper beats within the shot, but also set a tone. For this, we needed something slow and something cool that will build into a crazy groove that keeps our eyes glued to the screen. But I think we can all agree that the main hero of this song is the guitar riff. It begins with this slow chugging, as if a train is gearing up to blast off. The tension builds within the guitar as it keeps a steady rhythm right before the crash. And when it hits, you feel like you're getting punched in the face. This crazy opening and the whole song was performed and produced by Tomoyasu Hotai. Hotai composed the song specifically for the film, and it was originally released as a single in 1999. This catchy guitar riff has become instantly recognizable to many people around the world. So catchy that we see it all the time in movies and trailers, from random movies like Zoom, which was released in 2006, and also in the Kung Fu Panda trailer. But we've even seen it made appearances in movies like Team America. The song has solidified itself in movie history as the ultimate badass entrance song. But last but not least, the horns. These horns give the edge to this song, blasting in at just the right moment. That, along with some strings, mixes a Japanese vibe into this pretty American rock background. The horns were recorded separately from the rest of the instruments and were later mixed in with the rest of the track. This allowed the engineers to adjust the levels and balance the horns to create the desired effect. Then, after each instrument has fully come in, we are fully immersed into the scene. Although O-ren is just walking in with her crew, the sea develops along with the music. We see where they are and how others interact with them. As the song progresses, so does the story. At around 40 seconds, we start to hear the guitar just going off. Random plucks on the strings and sour notes are interwoven with the steady drum, and the anticipation for both the characters in the scene and the viewer are reaching its boiling point. In the end, the horns come back in for the final climax, rising like the tide and crashing down as the entrance scene concludes in perfect time. Tarantino has spoken about music in his films in many interviews, and he clearly has an understanding of how to set the tone that he wants for a specific scene. He has a knack for finding songs and popularizing them, such as Mr. Lowe in Pulp Fiction, which also, if you grew up in the early 2000s, you'll recognize that song from the Black Eyed Peas, who sampled it in their song Pump It. And of course, Ironside by Quincy Jones, which plays in both Kill Bill movies. But what if there was another way to listen to the scene? What if we wanted to find something that Tarantino didn't hear back then? But how? We want to present you what would have happened if Kill Bill would have been released in 2023. Hit it! Interesting, right? What are you feeling now? No, tell me, seriously, I want to know. Write in the comments what you think. I'll let it play for a little bit longer, but I really want to hear your guys' thoughts. For me, this bumpy vibe really changes what I understand from the scene. To be honest, I don't feel like anything bad is going to happen. The opposite. Maybe Nicki Minaj will start rapping in a second, or they're just about to get on a private jet or something. Tension is also building up, but pretty slowly, with these fast synthesizer sounds which kind of sound like violins. Do you think that other scenes could be good for this music? Tell us. We immediately thought about this one, the stairs dance from the Joker. What makes this scene so great is the juxtaposition of the character and the song. On one hand, the song is whimsical and fun. It offers its listeners easy ways to sing along. But the song is also like a rallying cry, a pump-up song. And in this instance, we know the Joker is not the playful clown that he appears to be. He just comes off as evil. The dark tones of the song and his frustrated demeanor lend the scene to not give off a rebellious vibe, but an ominous one. With the original movie, someone who had never seen the movie would not be able to discern if following his dance he would be a villain or just someone who is having a bad day. I know that when I had first seen clips of this scene before I had even seen the movie, I was getting the vibe that, okay, I sort of know what I'm getting into, but maybe he's going to be this type of anti-hero. With the new music, it feels haunting, leading up to something bad. You're looking at him and you know he's evil. You know he's bad. The music is just spelling it out for us. And if you watch how the movie plays out after he gets to the bottom of the stairs and you keep the music playing, it gets even more scary and it begins to feel like a surreal train nightmare with him running through these other Jokers being chased and this music just repeating in the background. It's really intense. I get it why they maybe didn't use that type of music for that scene. But I wonder what Tarantino would do with a movie like The Joker. I highly doubt he will ever even dip his toes into any superhero cinematic universe. But I'll always be curious as to what sort of dark, twisted spin Tarantino would do to a movie like this. The original music gives me a stuck in the middle with you vibes, which we all remembered from Reservoir Dogs' infamous torture scene. But I wonder if Tarantino would go even more upbeat with this scene. This is going to be the end of the video, but write in the comments below what song you think would have been a great fit for both scenes. We're really curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are and some other music recommendations because we had a lot of fun playing around with these tracks and everyone on the If I Were a Villain team was shocked about how dramatic these super small changes made. So please let us know and maybe we'll throw them into the next video. If you want to see more stuff like this, please don't forget to subscribe and we'll see ya in the next one.